But yes, we're talking K-State basketball, and this is going to be really brief because honestly, Steve, I don't think that this team deserves any time in talking about this team. They are a mess. I am going to be shocked if they even get 5 wins in the conference. I will be shocked.
Over under 12 total wins for the season.
I'm taking under.
Right now they're at 6.
I'm
They're
taking
going
the
to play
under.
Wichita State on Saturday, and they better freaking win because Wichita State just lost to UMKC.
Yeah, and it's actually how many years have we won in a row? It's like 20 something years.
I mean, we didn't play them for a long time. They have not beaten K-State in 20 plus years. You're right.
It's frustrating, Steve. Jerome Tang and his crew went with the strategy of going to the portal, getting a whole bunch of guys from all over the country that played in big time programs, decided to cash out in their their last year, their whatever, junior year, senior year, whatever, and it has just not worked out whatsoever. The fans are pissed off. The entire program is in shambles. I hate watching this team. I just hate it.
It pisses me off, dude. It makes me not want to watch. It makes me want to do anything other than watch K-State basketball. And I mean, K-State lost at the buzzer the other night. Here's the box score. They let 2 white dudes from Drake go off for 25 and 22. They only played 7 players, and they beat K-State. And then we got Jerome Tang calling out the fans after the game.
Yeah, I don't.
Fans, dude. Which, by the way, Coleman Hawkins was also calling out the fans. The people that he was calling out are not K-State fans. They are gamblers who are upset that they did not cover. I just want to throw that out there.
Dude, this is just inexcusable.
It's frustrating.
Also, I don't understand how, like, their team, like you said, 7 players. They had several of those players on the court for the entire 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. 3 of them. 3 of them played the entire game.
We didn't have a single player play the entire game.
And honestly,
what is that strategy? Like, is that really winning? Like, dude, is that really the strategy? Like, I get it, you want to have fresh legs on the court all the time, but if you are constantly getting pulled off the court, you're never going to get into a rhythm. And these guys, once they were in their rhythm, they just stayed in that rhythm. And dude, they were 25 points, 22 points. Dude, it's like they both were in there for 45 minutes.
They let a guy hit 8 threes against them, and then they let the other guy hit the game-winning 3. It's frustrating, man. It really is. And this has been something that's been frustrating K-State fans for the last 2 seasons. I mean, he said, expect to win. And K-State has. They ponied up the money. He said he wanted everyone to donate to the NIL. He got that money, and the team has been terrible. The offense has been horrendous. The rebounding has been terrible. I mean, I don't get it all, dude, and it's completely frustrating. And then he goes off and says, well, maybe these players they're making so much money now, they're having anxiety. Now they're feeling the pressure. Well, they should feel the pressure. The highest paid player on the team, Coleman Hawkins, is making $2 million or more this year. You know how long it would take the average Kansan to make $2 million, Kenny?
I have no idea. Like several decades.
With inflation, 27 years. So I don't want to hear anything about a guy feeling pressure and anxiety when he's making $2 million. I don't want to hear that. All I want to see are wins, and it's not happening, and it's pissing me off. It's really pissing me off, especially the guy that's making $2 million went 3 for 8 from the free throw line, including missing a bunch in overtime. That is awful. That cannot happen, dude.
Oh my God. It's just sad, man. Like, I don't understand this strategy. The way that this offense is designed doesn't make sense to me. It feels really just like there's no continuity at all with this team whatsoever. It seems like we're subbing out for no reason at all. When I watch this team, it's just we're constantly subbing, and I get it, like the whole fresh legs idea. I get it. Or if if somebody's not listening, or it's like frustrating on the court for them, or whatever the case is, they got to come out. Fine, injury, fine, I get that. But it feels like we're just like throwing these guys in and out like constantly, and I don't get it, man. I'm just with every
I'm
other
over the season
K-State
already.
fan.
I'm over the season already, dude. And it's
Yeah,
sad to say,
yeah.
but I want to say something really quickly. I don't know what Drake's NIL budget is. I would imagine it's probably $1 million total divided by the whole team. I'm imagining these two guys make the most. I mean, their entire team probably makes half of what Coleman Hawkins makes. And K-State lost to them. K-State also lost to Liberty. I would imagine probably some of those guys make nothing in their starters.
Yeah.
And those are teams. Those are guys who want to win. They want to win at the highest level. And K-State has just a bunch of guys that are just there to get paid.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, it's been said before that the guys that were on the Drake team, they've been there for several years. They've developed the chemistry and the coordination between the players. I mean, they were playing like they've been playing for years. And that's kind of what we had when we had Marquise Noel and Keontae Johnson, Ish Massoud, and Desi Sills. Like we had those guys that look like they played with each other for years. And this team looks like a bunch of dudes that just are out there for themselves. There's no coordination. There's no cohesiveness. It is just a mess. And I don't get it, man. I don't get it. This is not a player problem. This is 100% a coaching problem at this point.
This
100%.
is Drake. This is a team. Like you said, these are guys who've been playing together for a while. They know their roles. And with K-State, right now they have 0 high school commits. They're just building it through the portal, which would be fine if you're winning. But when you don't have a core group of guys there every single year, that you know who the starters are, you know who the leaders are, you're going to have issues.
You know what?
I'm having a lot of issues.
I'm kind of over this whole like let the players figure out who the leader is. No, dude, you get the coach in there. Say you're the leader. If you don't like it, you can sit on the bench. Like the coach at this point needs to just establish the damn game plan, and everybody just needs to buy into it. The problem is that if it is the game plan, no one's buying into it, then you need to get them off the court, put somebody in that wants to buy into it. Start blue shirting these people. Like, I know there's not a lot of money to go around anymore, but you got to start getting some walk-ons or something. Somebody that wants to play basketball. Get them in the damn gym, because it doesn't seem like these guys care at all. Doesn't seem like they care.
I mean, I saw effort there in the second half. I mean, really, even with 5 minutes left in the first half, but you cannot get down 29-9, 15 minutes into the game and expect to win. I mean, that is coming out completely flat. And that's after getting their butts handled 10 days before that at St. John's. That cannot happen, dude. I mean, and that's on Jerome Tang, like you said, not having his guys ready to go. K-State has not played a full game yet this year. Not once. Not once. I mean,
how many is that 2 losses in a row or 3 losses in a row?
2 in a row, 4 so far this season. K-State's off to its worst start since the COVID year.
That's
K-State's staring down the barrel of missing the tournament for the 5th time in the last 6 years.
All right. Yep. And with that, there's nothing more to say. I mean, horrible. It's just gonna make us more angry. I can't. I agree with Kenny. These guys are men. They want to be treated like pros with all this NIL money ? Then they need to be able to adjust like pros. Listen,
I agree.
Here is how you motivate somebody who is in it for the money. Tell them, if you want to continue to see money in your bank account for playing basketball, then you better kick it into high gear, because college isn't there forever. College is a stepping stone to getting into the pros. And if you're playing like this, there's not going to be many pro teams that want you. They're going to look at you and be like, oh my gosh, we need to overlook this guy because, man, that is abysmal. So, yeah, if you want to continue to see those checks coming in, maybe you should start playing like you actually care. And I also heard this was like a rumor. It's been a while since we talked to you guys, but there was a rumor that Coleman Hawkins threw on all of his Illinois stuff and went to go see them play. What was it, in Kansas City?
No, he did. That's not a rumor. That happened. He 100% put on his stuff and went there, which is fine. I'm totally fine with the guys from his former team. Like, I would love it if Will Howard did that. And I know Adrian Martinez did that after he left K-State.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you can't support your old
K-State, though. It's not a great look when he's still on the team.
Yeah, it's like you're in the middle of the preseason of basketball and you're going out of your way to it would be one thing if we were winning every single game and he did that, but it just doesn't seem like his focus is there and he's doing that stuff on the side. It's like, look, it's cool to root for your old school. I mean, you spent a long time there, so I totally get it and there's nothing wrong with it, but it just makes everybody look at you with a little bit of a squinty eye. And it's like, come on, man, we want you to buy into our school. We want you to be happy to play for K-State, and we want you to act like you're excited to be playing for K-State. And when you do things like that, it just makes me not believe that you care. And that's been the question mark over the people that show up because of the money. What does it say here? Coleman better show up to K-State games in the future when his time's done. I doubt it.
I mean, freaking Keontae Johnson did. Keontae Johnson did multiple times.
Well, yeah, but Keontae Johnson was in a position where no school wanted him, and K-State wanted him and took a chance on him. And so if I was a guy like Keontae Johnson, like, hey, nobody wants to take a chance on me except for this random school in the Big 12, K-State, and then we end up going to the Elite Eight. Yeah, I'm going to rep K-State every single chance I can. Like, they're the school that believed in me when no one else did. Like, of course, that's like loyalty there. Yeah. Anyway, let's just.
I want to say one more thing on this, and then we can get out of here. I think the biggest issue with the NIL stuff right now, specifically for K-State, I mean, when you're in the NFL and NBA and they're paying you a lot of money, they can still trade you. They can still cut you, right? So in the NBA and NFL, you're still earning your paycheck. These guys, I'm not saying it's like this every game because I saw a lot of really good effort in the second half, but I've not seen that every game this season. I have not. These guys know no matter what, as long as they just stay on a team, it doesn't matter if they sit the bench or not, they're still going to get paid, right? Whereas the NFL, there's incentives, right? NBA, there's incentives. And they know, like I said, that they can get cut or traded at any time. You can't trade a guy in college. You can't cut him in college. I mean, I guess you can with a chore, and that's a whole other thing. I don't even know what's going on there. But still, I mean, it's completely different. And I get what he said about these guys feeling pressure. But like I said, I'm glad they feel pressure. They should feel pressure. I mean, when he's making $2 million, I said it earlier, it takes the average cans in 27 years to make that. You should feel pressure. You should be winning games. 6-4 is not good enough, man. Yeah. And his seat is getting warmer by the moment. He better start winning. And if he doesn't win this year, he's got next year. And if he doesn't win next year, I could see K-State firing him. I don't care what the buyout is. K-State would fire him if he doesn't go to the tournament 3 straight years.
It's seriously like, I feel like K-State was a little bit hoodwinked. We were bamboozled.
Fleeced.
Yeah. And it's making us all feel really bitter.
Everyone's just mad right now. Everyone wants K-State to win. I know the players and the coaches do too. I get it. But the fans are the ones who pay your salary. So you better start doing better than you're doing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Steve. I think Bram is gonna be pretty empty this season.
Oh yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, they'd rather watch it from home than go and support the team in person when they're just going to keep losing. Why would you drive? Let's say you live in Speaker, Kansas City. Why would you drive an hour or two knowing you're going to lose, right?
Yep, I agree.